year in Orlando, Florida, where we had a very prime spot being right at the front of the convention center. This year our spot was in a very bad location. We were next to a career fair, which was absolutely no traffic at all. And with David's help, we have increased our leads over 800% from being in a good location to a not so good one. And with his help and his skills, was able to bring in attendees that we normally would not have had. One of David's other assets that he gave to the entire booth staff was his specialty training. He was able to have a pre-show meeting with the booth staff. He was able to get them to understand why they were there. He worked with them in role-playing scenarios so that they can understand the customer and the salesperson. And working together as a team, we feel that we have made a very successful event.
To say that having Dave at the convention was an exciting and a very rewarding thing. I think his presentation, his enthusiasm gave us enthusiasm. The way he incorporated the name Cooper into his presentation, people were walking around the convention center and that's all they could remember was the word Cooper, Cooper, Cooper. That's all you heard.
We had the largest crowds in the convention hall by far than any other exhibit booth that was here. Even though we had a small 10 by 20 booth, David was able to capture the audience's attention, making our potential leads much, much more.
One of the advantages of having David perform the show at our booth was that we had very, very large crowds gathered around us. And as they were gathering, David would be asking questions and qualifying the people in the crowd that's right in front of us. And it allowed us to visually identify these people and then go target them once the show was over, bring them over to our booth, and we already knew that they were the people that we needed to talk to because David's questions indicated that. And that was a huge advantage. It allowed us to be a lot more accurate in our selection of who we wanted to spend our time with talking and who we wanted to try to get over to our booth. And I found that to be a huge advantage. I spent several hours on the phone with David, ramping up for the show. We got very technical, we got into our product, and I felt that he was able to comprehend what the advantages of our product were, what some of the features and benefits were, so that as he was giving his presentation, it was almost like he was an employee of the company. He was able to use the words that the industry uses. He was able to relate to the people that were watching his show, and that was a fantastic advantage. I actually had people ask me, and they had basically assumed that he was an employee of Cooper.
David's been a real pleasure to work with from the very beginning, from the time that I met him over months and months ago. He has worked closely with me, my engineering team, to learn thoroughly about the product that we sell, that when he does his magic, that all of our products, details and concepts are integrated within the magic that he does for us. He is one of a kind, I'll tell you that. So if you're thinking of doing something that will increase your attendees within a trade show, David is going to be the key for you. He has brought more people to our show within this tiny little space that we had that we alone never ever could have done. And we thank him, and I encourage you to use David if you want to increase